He knows a lot about the science stuff. Professor Dave explains.
Today we're going to check out some problems regarding oxidation numbers. So the first question is, what is the oxidation number of phosphorus in BaH2PO2? The next question is the oxidation numbers of sulfur in S8, S2F2, and H2S respectively are. So we have three compounds and we need the oxidation numbers for sulfur listed in the correct order. And then which of the following has an atom in the +6 oxidation state? And we have four options there as well. So if you're not sure how to do this, check out my tutorial on oxidation numbers, and when you're ready, give it a try. So taking a look at this first one, we have an ionic compound. We know that barium will commonly have a charge of 2+. So this compound has a barium 2+ ion, which means that we have two H2PO2 minus ions, right? We have two of that other ion, and we need them to add up to -2 to make a neutral compound. So each of them must be -1. So we're dealing with H2PO2 minus ions. Now we know that hydrogen is typically going to be +1, and we know that oxygen is typically going to be -2. And so if we add these things up, we know that 2 times +1, since we have two hydrogens, plus whatever oxidation state phosphorus is going to be in, plus 2 times -2, because we have two oxygen atoms, must equal -1. So if we add up all those oxidation numbers, that must total to -1, because that is the net charge on the ion. And so if we add all that up, we have +2 and we have -4, and then we have phosphorus. So if we move those numbers to the other side, we're going to find that P must be +1. So phosphorus is in the +1 oxidation state in this compound. For the next one, we have a few options here. Now let's go ahead and find the oxidation number for sulfur in each of these compounds so that we can figure out which answer is correct. Now looking at S8, this is in the elemental state. So remember that anytime we have something in the elemental state where we're just looking at one element and nothing else, that is going to be 0. So sulfur necessarily has an oxidation number of 0 in S8. Now looking at S2F2, we know that the halogens are typically going to be -1. And so that means if we have two -1s, and then we have two sulfur atoms, and that is going to add up to 0 because this is a neutral compound, that means that sulfur must be +1. Two +1s and two -1s are going to add up to 0, and so sulfur is +1 in this compound. And then for the last one, H2S, we know that hydrogen is typically +1, and so two +1s plus whatever sulfur is must add up to 0, because again, this is a neutral compound, and that means that sulfur must be -2. So we need to find the answer that lists 0, +1, and -2 in that order, and so that is going to be A for this question. And for the last one, we want to find the compound that has an atom, any atom, in the +6 oxidation state. So first let's look at the permanganate ion. We have MnO4-, and we know that oxygen is going to be -2. And so whatever the oxidation state is for manganese, we add to that 4 times -2, which comes out to be -8, and that all has to add up to -1, because that is the net charge on this polyatomic ion. So manganese must be +7, because if we take +7 and then we subtract 8, we do get -1. So manganese must be +7 in this polyatomic ion, so that's not going to be the answer because we're looking for +6. Now let's take this compound here. We have the CN ligand, and we know that that has a negative charge, so we do just have to know our charges on our polyatomic ions. We know that the CN ion is -1 because there's a triple bond between the C and the N, and the N as a lone pair, but then that carbon ends up with a formal negative charge. So that is a -1 charge on Cn, and we do have 6 of those. So we're looking at 6 times -1, and then we have the chromium ion. And so chromium plus -6 equals -3, which means that chromium must be +3 in order to get that equation to work out. So again, we don't have +6, that's not going to work. Now let's look at NiF6 2-. So here, fluorine is going to be -1, and we have 6 of those. So that comes out to -6, and then the whole thing must add up to -2, because again, that is the charge on that is the overall charge on the polyatomic ion. And so nickel must be +4, because +4 minus 6 does get us to -2. So that doesn't look like it's going to work either. Hopefully this last one will. And here we have some oxygen atoms and we have some chlorine atoms. We know that oxygen is going to be -2, chlorine is going to be -1, and this time the whole thing has to add up to 0 because this is a neutral compound. So chromium plus a total of -4 for the oxygens, plus a total of -2 for the chlorines, which altogether is -6, means that chromium must be +6 in order to get this all to work out. So that will be our answer. Chromium is in the +6 oxidation state in this 4th compound, so D is going to be our answer.
Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.